Hi, I'm Emma's little brother, well, younger brother, Sam. I volunteered to introduce my sister today because I believe that only a little brother can shed light on what a sister is like at home. While she was hesitant at first, I convinced her I was the right person for the job. You know, I've been waiting years for an opportunity like this. Now, using the letters of her name, I'm going to describe the little known annoyances I've had to endure for 14 years. E. E is for the endless number of chick flicks she has lined up on the Netflix queue since she has made herself the movie selection manager, whatever that is. M is for the missing candy she has stolen from me for 14 straight Halloweens. M. The other M is for the multiple off-key songs she sings in the shower, the car, and her bedroom, which is conveniently next to mine. But A is finally for always being there for me. Yeah. I would like now to introduce my sister.
Well, thank you, Sam, but remember, Samuel, you have 2 more letters in your name than mine. Someone once said, "If I have but one day to live, please take me to a swim meet because they last forever." This quote had to have been said by the parent of a swimmer. Swim meets can be unbearably long and are usually only attended by the families of those swimming because the seating is terrible. That is, if you can even find a dry place to sit. For those who don't know, swimming is a winter sport, so it is often freezing outside and hot inside with fumes of chlorine hanging in the air. Lots of people in a cramped space trying to watch an event that may only last seconds. It can be a real test of endurance for everyone involved. In my family, my dad, brother, and I swim, and my mom washes towels endlessly. With 3 of us swimming, she washes about 15 beach-sized towels a week. There is always a wet swimsuit drying somewhere in our house. Swim bags and mesh equipment bags containing fins, snorkels, paddles, and cords line a wall of our garage. We buy huge containers of lotion and special shampoo to alleviate the ravages of chlorine on our skin and hair. Swimming is a sport you have to fall in love with. Why else would a girl willingly wear the oh-so-attractive racing suit topped off with the ever-stylish swim cap and goggles? Forget makeup. All traces of makeup are washed off after the first lap, which completes the whole look. But I wouldn't trade any of it. This sport has taught me so much more than technique and racing skills. I've learned determination and how to laugh at myself. Determination is a requirement for any athlete. Overcoming obstacles and achieving goals requires a level of grit you have to dig down deep to find. At a towering 5 feet 2 inches, I'm on the short side of most swimmers. I can remember blowing out my birthday candles and wishing for longer legs. I also suffer from sinus problems and occasional bouts of asthma that require me to keep my inhaler at the ready. Not willing to give up a sport I love, I've had to accept the disadvantages of my size and work with what I have. Anyone who has ever said good things come in small packages never tried to swim competitively. For the past 12 years, I've been a member of competitive swim teams whose goals are to get the swimmers qualified to compete in the Southeastern Championship meet, which precedes nationals and then the Olympic trials. I have never made a Southeastern qualifying time, but my coach, Scott Robinson, has made me practice as if I could. He's demanded as much from me as he does from swimmers with far faster times. I also swim for the Hutchinson varsity team. A week before my sophomore year began, I broke my ankle running. Clearly, I'm a danger to myself athletically outside of a pool. I could not swim for 6 weeks. For a swimmer, being out of the water for 6 weeks during swim season pretty much ends any hope of performing well. The goal of varsity swimmers is to qualify in events for the state swim meet. Even though I made state as a freshman, try as I might, I could not overcome my injury and had to wish my teammates well on their trip to the state finals. Despite my disappointment, I was appreciative of the support from my Hutchinson teammates, their parents, and Coach Chubb. I became determined to work harder, and I hid my tennis shoes. During my junior year, I qualified in the 500 and 200 freestyle. The 200 freestyle qualification was a surprise and a memorable event for me. As Coach Scott began to realize that I was on pace to make the state cut, he kept up with me on deck while blowing his trademark ear-piercing whistle and cheered me onto the touch pad. As I took my goggles off and tried to breathe, he yelled out, "Great swim, Emma." While it may seem that I'm around a pool enough as it is, I've also been a coach for a summer swim team for the past 2 years. I work with the 5 and 6-year-old swimmers who are sweet, funny, and a joy to coach. During my first summer, I tried a little too hard to be encouraging. One 5-year-old girl did not find my words of reassurance inspiring. Before one of her races, in my perkiest voice, I wished her good luck and told her that she would swim great. She turned to me and said, "Can you please stop talking? You are giving me a headache." I had to spend the rest of the summer hearing the other coaches say, "Emma, could you please stop talking? You're giving us a headache." What can you do but laugh at yourself when a 5-year-old puts you in your place? Just like my dad, I will swim for the rest of my life. While I pose no threat to Missy Franklin, the 17-year-old Olympic phenomenon, I do want to be the best swimmer I can be. Our varsity team, headed by our new coach, Brian Parker, hopes to have even more swimmers going to state this year. I hope to qualify one last time and make the trip to Knoxville in February. I want to thank the Hutchinson faculty and administration for all the support and encouragement that has been given to me, not just in swimming, but in all aspects of my life at school. As I make my way through the waters ahead of me, I will take with me a sense of determination, humility, and compassion. I will stop talking now. Any headaches? Thank you.